Hi, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Just your friend Han here, and it is absolutely great to see you here this afternoon. And this afternoon, I'm very, very excited to have Alex back with us. And I think it's been about a year ago I interviewed him, but he's back here with another awesome, awesome plugin. Really gonna help you with lots, lots of conversions. Now, if you are like me, not a graphic artist, doesn't even know how to even open Photoshop, even after opening, don't know how to use it. Well, this thing gonna really, really make your web page stands out, especially when it comes to those call to action elements and sections and buttons and headlines. And he's gonna go into more detail, talk about, hey, as far as design goes, how do you really gonna using call to action correctly to increase more sales for you, maybe get more opt-in for you, etc. So, but what I'm most exciting is actually this awesome, awesome new product of his. I think I haven't seen anybody done like this before. They're really, really going to simplify the way you build your next sales page and your next review page, whatever it is. I'm really, really going to make that call to action part out. In fact, it makes your entire page stands out. You guys are going to see this inside this interview. He's going to demo it, and he's going to show you why that is important for you to grab as well. Okay? All right, so before we get into all this excitement here, let's kind of learn how Alex got to start with the internet marketing, but most importantly, what did he do exactly to achieve the level of success he has today? So, Alex, could you kind of take over the mic, share your unique internet marketing story with us today?
Of course, yeah, and thanks for having me here. It's good to be here. Well, my story started quite a while back, and when I first started marketing online, it all happened because I quit my job, which was in retail management, and I'd done that until I was about 27 years old. I'm 30 years old next month, actually. And basically, I was working in retail management. I was bored. I needed to find something new to do. Which was a challenge. I kind of felt that I was doing the same thing day in and day out. I was more like following a plan, which there was no way to kind of develop myself, and there was just not enough freedom in retail management. So I started looking online. I started looking for different ways to actually make money, different ways where I can find my own kind of style or something that I wanted to do. And I started kind of following a couple of people online, and what I realized, most people that were making good money had their own products. They all had their own products to sell, and they were selling them to the public on the internet. So that kind of got me to the point where I realized I needed to find something to sell, and I didn't want to sell training courses. The main reason was because I can't sell a training course because I'm brand new to the game at that particular point in time. So I had to develop something, and that could have been anything from graphics to software. Anyway, my first ever product was software. Started selling software. I started working for a couple of other marketers, and that's how I got connected with certain marketers who helped me out when I was first starting out. And I actually designed a lot of sales funnels and a lot of membership sites and forums for these marketers, and that kind of led me to where I am today. When I launched my first product, I had the kind of support and backing from a lot of people that I worked with, so it kind of started from there, basically.
So a couple key points for what you said here, for those who's listening, just kind of sum it up. You gotta somehow, when you come to the market, when you don't know anybody, the first thing you need to have is, in some other way, I'm not saying you have to follow Alex's exact way, is that relationship. What he mentioned here is very, very important, whether by working for another big marketers or somehow helping them with stuff to get that relationship built. So when you launch, they're going to supporting you. That is a key. That's a huge, huge key factors. And secondly, is get your feet wet by working for those big marketers, so you kind of know the insider things that no other people knows about. And the third thing is follow your dreams. If you're stuck in a bad job that you absolutely hate, hey, let's get it out. Life is too short, and let's make something happen for myself as well. So those are the three important elements I kind of hear when you're talking about this intro here. Is this something else? Maybe perhaps I missed it out, or is it kind of good summary for what you said
No,
here?
that's perfect. I mean, basically, I started realizing that I had a passion for design and funnel design in particular. I started working with marketers that I kind of looked up to at that point. I still look up to them now.
Hmm.
They kind of um, I basically, from working with them so much, I ended up doing exactly the same thing as they were doing. I just taken the same model, and now I look around me. There's millions of people doing exactly the same thing. They're all making money doing the same thing.
Hmm.
So just use a proven method. If you want to make money online, use what is proven.
Mhm. Great, great. So those are the key points that guys. Hopefully you guys are taking notes on this. And to Alex, you've been doing this for quite a while now. So kind of knowing the up and downs with the internet marketing journey of yours, the wins and the losses. A lot of people talk about winnings, but they never talk about their losses. And in fact, both you and I has a lot of failure before we become successful. So to knowing them all, what would it be some of the top advice you could give to someone who just starting out with internet marketing, perhaps they haven't found the magic formula or the way to make money yet? What would be some of the advice you could give to them right now?
The first thing you want to do is find someone that's successful, someone that's already done what you want to do.
Okay.
Because if you can't see something winning, it doesn't have to be yourself that's winning. It can be someone else. But you
Mm,
want to see that experience of someone else
mm,
being successful in something that you want to do, and that will drive you. If you can't get there yourself, then just surround yourself by winners. Basically, surround yourself by people that are making money,
mm,
and you will get there. It's just determination and persistence.
mm. So that's the key point. I forgot who says this, but he says that if you give me your five closest friend who you hang out the most, I can tell you what you're going to be in the next 5 years, and it is so true. So, if, for example, if you want to losing that 10 pounds, you keep hang out with the old people who eat McDonald's all the time. I know exactly where you're going to be. But if you hang out with the fitness experts, on strict training routine and super diets, I know exactly where you're going to be as well. So it's really, really important to look into your life right now. Who you're hanging out with? Are those who are really lifting you up, or actually they're pushing you down? So I highly recommend get with the people, including sometimes your family members, sometimes, right? And you really need to kind of push them away. Be focused. Go find the people who can make things happen for you. So they're in your life. You're gonna have lifters can lift you up, and you have those naseers who are trying to really, really push you down. So, but you have the total control who to listen to, who to talk to, who to hang out with, who to make things happen, right?
You got to remember, there's always those people that come to you with a reality check. Sometimes you can be struggling, you can be working hard to get somewhere, you're just not getting there.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, it's only your own dedication and persistence that will get you there. So
Absolutely.
it can be difficult, but just push on, surround yourself by winners. So
Okay, cool, cool, cool. So thanks for sharing that, and hopefully for those who watching this are really, really taking notes. Those are key point to your very own success as well. So let's talk about two things. I mean, there's so many things in internet marketing. There's local marketing, there's Facebook marketing, there's video marketing, there's all kinds of different things. It's never lacking with things to do. It's always information overload, too much things to do. But if you're looking summarize them up, what do they in commonality? What you really need to master is first of all is traffic. Secondly is conversions, right? So today we're gonna focus on the conversion part because you can work your butt off, get this traffic. If you come to your blog or pages, it doesn't convert. You just basically waste your time and also waste a lot of your money and effort as well. So we know that why we need a conversion is obviously with no conversion you're getting no audience, you're getting no sales. I mean, you just basically wasting your time. So from your expertise, which is I think I get that feeling that you're really, really good with design, and as I see your sales page, as my audience gonna see the demo here in a little bit, they know you're really good with that popping kind of design. So would you mind give us some designing tips? How do you really make a ugly page or a planning page really popping out, especially when it comes to that call to action elements, that either being a button, either being a headline? what do you see people doing wrong that is doing wrong out there, and what do you see people doing right for yourself or your students that's out there? Maybe give us some tips over here.
Well, conversions are, it's not something that you can just kind of push into one bracket. There's so many different areas, and you hit the nail on the head when you say call to action,
Mm-hmm.
because no matter what you're doing, if you're doing video marketing, if you're doing affiliate marketing, creating sales pages, whatever you're doing, every single web property that you're kind of putting out there needs a call to action.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have a call to action, you're not telling your users what to do, chances are they're not going to do it. It's as simple as that. If you don't tell someone to do something, they won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you design a web page, you need to have a very clear layout and understand exactly how to kind of draw people into that page.
Mm-hmm.
And to action can be is not just a headline, or it can be anything basically. So when you actually design a page, you need to make sure that it appears in a certain way and your visitor actually reads it in the right order that you want them to read it in. And normally that is very simple. As an example, let's say a sales page, it starts at the top and it finishes at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes you have elements on the page and you want them to start on this side and then flick over to this side, or you want them to take a certain action before they proceed down the page.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it gets very complicated. So what you want to do is create a call to action to tell them what to do. Once you understand the layout of your page, you know kind of you want your headline, then your video, then you want them to read this section, then you want them to go on and do something else. Then comes in the design aspect, and this is where a lot of people struggle. And this is why you can differentiate the difference between a marketer which has a strong perceived value of their brand and someone who doesn't, because you start noticing a lot of generic sales pages that look exactly the same. Chances are you've seen this yourself. You go to a sales page and you think, I've seen this sales page before, but you haven't. It's just someone using something very similar design. That's not giving you your brand. It's not making your brand stand apart from all the other brands. So you want to show people that you're one-off. You have a brand which is separated from everyone else.
It's unique. You don't like I said. You don't want to just be, at least as far as perceiving goes. You just in your audience, or in your customers, you just another marketer. You never want to be in that persona, in that group. Either Han or Alex is just another marketer. You don't want to do that. Well, people want to think, hey, Alex is when you talk about Alex, they know you're talking about Alex brand, and when they talk about Han, they know it's the Han brand, right? So those things are best to bring out when you design your blog, design your pages. You gotta get your own uniqueness. I think a lot of people kind of make a mistake is they see a very successful marketer out there and immediately just copy every single little element they do. It's not just in the design, but in email message. But what don't they realize that you don't want to become that marketer. You want to take whatever works for you, right? Because whatever worked for Han, it doesn't mean it's going to work for Alex. It doesn't, whatever worked for Alex doesn't mean it's going to work for me. We all have our uniqueness, and it's your job to bring that whatever that uniqueness out. Then that becomes your brand, right?
I mean, it's so important to draw inspiration from places which naturally attract you. If you see something you like, you're naturally attracted to it. You're going to draw attention from it. That's just your nature. But if you go and you've got a particular theme and it's got a set design, it looks like everyone else's. You're not taking kind of elements from different places that you like. You're not creating your own brand and your own style. You're just putting up your sales page or whatever you are, because that's how it fits into place. So to find your own style, you do have to learn to a certain degree to be able to take elements apart and put them back together again. And at the moment, people can't do that because the way themes are, basically.
Right, and you really gotta understand the why. Why is the elements there? Why is the call to action button right below the video, for example? And by the way, I see a lot of people don't make a huge mistake. They have this fantastic sales video, and they had to push the button all the way down to the bottom, and people had to scroll for like 10 minutes to get to it. Why don't you just add a call to button right below the video? I mean, that's already does the selling for you. Why do you have to make the potential buyer score 10 miles to get to the destination? That's, one little tweak like that is going to increase your sales by far so many. And that's just one little mistake I see people doing that as far as designing the sales page. And I'm off track a little bit here. What was?
No, no, you're on it. I mean, what I was going to say is, you land on the sales page. Sometimes the buy button is brighter than the headline, so people look at the buy button before they even look at the headline.
Mm.
So you're spot on when you say that. I mean, but it's kind of about getting your reader or your audience to actually read the page in the way that you need them to read it, to actually turn that member into the conversion. So to make the sale, to get the subscriber.
Right. Just get people to buy or to get people to opt in. I think those are the two most usable action you want people to take, or click the link to the sales page or whatever it is. So you have something very, very cool here. Obviously, we won't have all day to talk about designing here. That really, really hits like a course by itself. You have to take your time to learn. But you have developed something really, really cool here. I've never seen anybody done like this. Let's tell my audience a little bit the background story. Why did you decide to design this plugin? And most importantly, I want to find out what are the biggest problem you want to help all the internet marketers solve here.
Okay, so the main problem when you come to design a sales page, you need to be very good at either designing graphics and using something like Photoshop, and you need to be good at HTML and CSS to be able to put it all into place. Learning Photoshop can take quite a long time, and to learn it well can take years. HTML and CSS, you can probably pick it up a little bit faster, but it's still going to take you a long time to learn. It's not fast, it's not efficient. So I wanted to find a way to kind of eliminate the learning curve, stop you having to learn this kind of complicated software, and remove all coding. So I wanted to find a way to simplify the whole process while still enabling people to design what they can kind of think of in their head. They can visualize something, but they don't have the technical skill to actually be able to create it and put that onto a web page.
Right.
So, yeah, and that's basically where it came from. I wanted to kind of make it so anybody could use it. Anyone could create what they see in their head, and then they can make it even better by animating it so it adds more pop.
And another thing I think you designed this is because you probably did your own research saying, well, is the existing product what I want over here? And you haven't really successfully found any existing product. And I see images. You put a nice add to cart button. I think that's what they call to action. But you went to one. I wouldn't say one step further, but probably 100 steps further than most of I guess your competition out there that creating similar products like this, and did a whole bunch of stuff. I think only does the justice is actually legit to show to my audience what this thing does. So would you have a couple of minutes, maybe kind of give us a very, very quick sneak preview what this thing does?
In fact, yeah, I set up a page yesterday, which is actually going to be the sales page, but it gives you an idea. Also, one of the main features of this plugin is the fact that you can, instead of using something like Photoshop where you have an image, Google can't read that image. All they can actually read is an alt tag, which is a very brief description.
Oh, yes.
So if you have loads of sentences or text, you want Google to be able to read them. If there's an image, they can't read it. They have no idea what your web page is about. But with Action Pro, any text that is on your web page can be read by Google. So you're not going to kill your chances at ranking in the search engines. So yeah, it's very important to be able to kind of make sure your pages are ranking. Okay, so let me jump over to my screen, and I am going to share with you.
All right, 1 second.
Okay,
All right, I'll see the screen now.
Let me refresh this page.
Yeah, guys, watch this. This is kind of cool. You probably never seen stuff like this before. I haven't.
Okay, so the page loads up, your headline pops in, then you notice your subheadline, the sidebar, and then last but not least, your buy button. So as you can see, this page is not done using HTML, it's actually done using a drag and drop interface. So I just typed in the text, and then I added some kind of little white borders with the drag and drop interface, really simple to do, put a short code on the page, and put it onto the sales page is done. And then I can animate the text in different styles. Now, if I was to scroll down the page, you'll see this actually animates in as well. So everything on my page can animate in. So I've kind of overemphasized the fact that it can animate. And that's just to show you what it can do. Obviously on a sales page, you're not going to make every single thing animate in, but for the demo that I'm going to show you now, there's a lot of animations. So some of the things that you can do which are very unique, you can obviously add in your own icons. Now this is rotating. These are Font Awesome, which are completely integrated into our plugin. So you can use any Font Awesome icon, scale it as big as you want, change it to any color. Is extremely flexible the way that you can use this plugin. So if I keep scrolling down, you see I've got a couple more headlines, and the page just keeps going. You can kind of design stuff in any way that you want, and it's really simple to use. Okay,
I see this kind of design. The top, is it called topographic, or in video marketing a lot when creating video sales letters. Hold on, if you scroll down.
Oh, sorry.
You were at the right spot and I gave scroll out of the way. Like where it says design styles right here.
Yeah.
This kind of design, I've seen that kind of a lot. Doing a lot of video marketers use this to really capture the attention. But I never seen somebody able to put this kind of looks into a sales page. This is the first time I've seen that.
It's something which hasn't really been available, and basically what you're talking about is kinetic typography.
Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah.
It's been used massively in video, and the reason people use it is because it holds a viewer's attention.
Right.
This is kind of what we're talking about getting people to go through the page in the order and the timing that you want them to go through. So you basically tell them when they're allowed to look at what you want them to look at. So you don't want them to see your buy button before they're ready to buy. You want them to see that buy button the moment they kind of get to the point that they've pretty much got their credit card in their hand, and then you hit them with the buy button. So that's kind of where we were going. We wanted to allow people to be as creative as they wanted to be without kind of overcomplicating the software.
Cool. And yeah, can you let's see give us some example how easy this thing is to work with.
Okay. So you've probably been looking forward to seeing inside the actual interface. So basically the way Call to Action Pro works, it comes with a selection of templates, and you can actually create templates from scratch, or you can use one of the templates that it comes with. So I've got a bunch of templates in here. So this is all the sales page templates and the JV page templates that I've created for this project. So I can choose any of these. What I'm going to do is select this one, which you just saw on the main sales page. So now you can see the different integration options. You can integrate it into your via a shortcode, via a widget, or even via PHP if you're a coder for your theme. Now next is the bit which is pretty special. So if you see here, we've got the introducing Call to Action Pro. If I click on this, I can change the text literally as simple as this. So all I need to do is type in what I want to write, and then once I've typed in what I want to write, I can drag it anywhere I want. So I don't need to use any code. Yeah, it's really simple. We spent a long time making sure it's as simple as possible so anyone can use it.
Does it work with every version of WordPress, or only work with the WordPress?
We advise the newest version. newest version will always work better with everything because
Okay.
that's just the way most developers work.
Okay.
Um, browsers, it works with all browsers. We got all of the browsers sorted. We had an issue with Firefox, but now that is done. So we are now work across all browsers. The
Mm-hmm.
old versions of Internet Explorer, there is an issue, I think, in some of the very early versions, but we have a fallback, so you don't notice that. It also works on any device. So if you were to look at this on a iPad, which I
Mm-hmm.
can probably show you in a minute how it looks,
Okay.
um, it works on all devices and it's also completely responsive. So if I was to,
That's important these days, right? I mean,
oh yeah, so
mobile devices now, yeah.
if I was to drag this in and make it smaller,
That's cool. That's cool.
the size will go in. So this is the optimized press theme I'm using, which is basically the theme is only used for the column layout. All the graphics here you see here, so this headline, this sidebar area, this sub headline, this buy button, is all created using call to action Pro. So
Cool.
pretty much everything on this page is. Um, so yeah, it's completely responsive. It's really simple to change stuff. So once you've kind of dragged stuff around, you move it wherever you want to move it.
And then you can also timing it as well, right?
Timing, yep, there's timing as well. So you can change the colors. You can change hover colors as well if you see it gets darker when you hover above it. The timing is the next section. So that is down here. You've got every single individual element that is inside this
Wow.
this animation, this whole design, just below. So we can take any of these elements and we can add different animations. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to jump to a different example to show you what this looks like because it's a little bit easier to explain with less
Right. Less
paper.
elements.
Okay, so let's have a look at a simple buy button. Let's try that one. In fact, let's try the CTA buy button. So this is the buy button on the sales page. As you can see, it's got a slight fade in. So when we click on the start button, it actually, all right, bear with me a second, let me refresh the page. I think because I've got Google Hangouts running and this.
It's kind of slow. Yeah, it takes a lot of bandwidth. You want to go ahead and enlarge this browser so we can take all the screen space we have, if you don't mind?
Sorry,
There you go.
let me go back into. So my internet has slowed down massively. Let's just go on the first one.
Yeah, this is the Hangout. Play on this Hangout.
Okay, so when you click on the start button, it animates in. So as you can see at the moment, everything is animating in the same way. So let's say I wanted to add a different animation to this top section here, create blog adverts that convert. So if I go down, I find the text, create blog adverts that convert. I can click down here and I can add in a effect. So you can see there's loads of different effects. We didn't only add in a couple, we literally added in millions of different effects. And you can use different effects for every single element.
Now, can I ask you, why in here, this is really, really cool. Does this plugin work with pretty much all the things that's out there? Just for someone, for example, already have their affiliate marketing site built up, already have authority block built up. They want to add a cool call to action button like this.
It will work with every single theme. So
cool.
it's basically used as a plugin, and it will work in any theme. So if you, I'm using Optimize Press 2, and it's working extremely well, and it'll work with any well-built theme basically. So long as you can put a shortcode into your theme or widget into your theme, it'll work. And that's pretty much every single theme which is built properly using WordPress standards.
Right.
So any theme you buy off the Envato marketplace should work. Optimize Press, all the big kind of sales page themes, they all work perfectly.
Now, how do you connect image to a link, to affiliate link, to a buy button, or how do you do that?
Okay, I'll show you that now. Let me quickly show you this one. and then okay, strong shake. So I've added two effects to this headline. So as you'll see, they will actually come in. So you see that bounced in, and now I've added a secondary effect which makes it shake.
Oh,
So you can actually add multiple effects to each element, and they're different effects for starting and mid transition. So you can do so many different things. It's hard to explain all in one video.
right, right.
Now, as you can see down here, I've got this get creative with social, and when I hover over it, it changes to the same color.
Mm-hmm.
So these are actually font awesome icons. What we would do with this is probably have it so this Twitter icon linked to Twitter, this Facebook icon linked to Facebook, etc.
Okay.
So let's take this Twitter icon. So I'm going to click on it, and I'm going to scroll to the top, and we can see this is our Twitter area. If we click on more options, we can go down to here, the link. So just add in your link, then you can enable the mouse hover effect. So this is what changes the color. So if I wanted it to change to a hideously ugly bright red, just on bright red, and then it instantly does that.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really simple to use, this plugin. It's we've designed it so it's extremely easy, even if you're kind of just starting out.
See, people like me would really appreciate a plugin like this because I want that absolute blow your mind kind of design, but I don't have knowledge for designing at all. So this, I really appreciate a plugin like this, and I'm sure a lot of people watching this right now are feeling the same way as I do.
It's funny because I built this to save myself time, and I'd like to say that I've got very good with using Photoshop now. I really enjoy using it. But I can do everything I want to do in Photoshop in here faster. There are exceptions, obviously, like I can't do an ebook or anything like that because that's not kind of what this plugin is designed for. It's designed for layouts. Let me just show you one more quick feature we've got. So if you wanted to change the text, you've got all your standard web fonts down here. And then up above, you can actually upload any Google font you want. So at the moment, I've got Oswald selected, which is one of the best fonts I find. I love this font. So I've got it on the full weight. You can make it thinner. You make it as thin as you want. You can choose different ones. I've got shadow into light, which is that kind of hand-drawn kind of style. So it's really easy to kind of change different styles, kind of change the color about. I'll show you one more font. So you've got more sales, more revenue.
Literally, just drag and drop. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, the drag and drop. I mean, that was one of the key areas we wanted. We wanted people to be able to just drag and drop it. Now, what I will say, it gets a bit complicated when you've got layers on top of layers. So if you wanted to move that background box, this is where it gets a bit complicated because you kind of have to click. You have to kind of know where to click.
Right.
Obviously, if you click on the text, it will move the text. So
right.
I mean, it takes probably half an hour to an hour to get used to it.
You know what? This is a better than the I'm not trying to talk down Optimus Press 2 or anything, but this, if you ever work with Optimus Press 2, the way that Alex does right now is much better, much faster.
I could even show you inside Optimize Press to how I actually set up the pages so quickly. Basically, all shortcodes. I duplicate the shortcode, move it down to the next layer, then I just change the numbers. So it's really quick to use. If I want to change between different call to actions, it's really simple to use once you get used to it. And it's just a quick plugin to use. Basically, there's nothing like it on the market, and you get these themes now. You get I mean, even something like Optimize Press 2, which is an awesome theme. I love it. But at the same time, there's always an element that you don't have. You want JV graphics. You want to be able to kind of display your sales funnel. Well, they don't have something for that. Or you want to put something after your blog post which says, share us, this is about me, about the author. You can do all that kind of stuff with Call to Action Pro, but they don't have that kind of stuff built into a lot of themes, and this is what Call to Action Pro is for.
Cool. So about how many templates is pre-built in here?
Okay, so pre-built in the front end. So when you actually purchase the plugin, you will get a template pack, which will come with about 15 to 20 templates.
Okay.
We're still designing a couple more. So you get about 15 to 20 different templates, and we are doing an optional upgrade if you want more templates. So you get even more templates, which are designed for every situation, such as JV graphics, blog specific, advert specific, and that's just going to make it so it's a big time saver. So you can find something similar to what you're after, modify it instead of designing everything yourself.
Yeah, that's for people like me, because I don't want to design from scratch. I don't have the time and I don't have the talent.
It can be time consuming.
Yeah, and would you kind of show us how do you, okay, once you get the elements here designing out, how do you actually put it into a blog or a page? How easy it is, or?
Let me give you a little example. So I'll call this a headline. I'm going to make one from scratch and show you how quick it is to use. So we're going to call this headline from scratch with Han. I'm going to change the basic settings. I'm going to make it 1000 pixels in width. I'm going to set it to responsive. That's 100 pixels, 1000. I'm going to go to the text area. I'm going to choose Oswald. I'm going to make it nice and thick. Let's make it a little bit bigger. Now we are going to add a quick border. Oh yeah, I've got something really cool to show you actually. Give me 1 second and we will jump straight in. So what I'm doing now, adding a bit of padding. I'm going to add a border. We're going to add a nice border around it, so we can add something like that. Then we're going to add a radius. So let's say we want a nice kind of curve around the outside.
Ah, okay.
We can add a background color. So what color should we go for? Go for like a, let's just go for a white. Oh. Okay, so let's say this is our main kind of style. So I want to make that a little bit wider on the top, a little bit wider on the bottom. Okay, so you got headline from scratch with Han. So now we can actually change the rotation.
Oh wow!
Yeah, this is something which is really cool.
Yeah, that's
you can
cool.
change it that way, so you can get depth of field, which is really cool. That's kind of like when you get like a blurred background DSLR camera, that's kind of the same effect you're going with here. And you can also change the rotation, so you can spin stuff around. And so basically getting stuff exactly how you want it is extremely easy. Then you just click on the save button. You can add in your animations. You copy this shortcode here. Now, if I was to go to a page, I'm going to find a, okay, let's stick it on a sales page. I'm going to, so as you can see, I'm in an optimized press 2. I'm just going to click on launch now.
Hopefully I'm not screwing up your sales page.
That's right, I'll be able to put it back in here. So you can see I've already got a bunch of custom HTML code elements. I'm just going to duplicate this one, and I'm just going to drag it right underneath the headline. And now you can see in this box I've just got some center blocks and the shortcode which I just copied. So I'm going to put in the new shortcode. So ID 44, click on insert, click on save.
Wow, that's so easy.
So now if we refresh this page, we should have a new headline at the top. And it's basically as simple as that. I mean, obviously I spent no time designing it, but I mean, you can get the idea of how simple it is to set these kind of things up.
That is cool.
Yeah, and the good thing is, if I wanted to kind of go back in and modify that, I decided I don't have to go back into that theme to change the page. I just go into the template that I just created.
Mm.
So I can kind of, if I decide that the text was too big, I wanted the text smaller, I wanted a different style of text, I wanted different color scheme, I wanted like a black border. Then I just click on save again. And then you just change the settings, so the height is obviously way too big for it. So I'm gonna, that'll do. And click on, let's bounce it in this time. Gonna bounce it in, spread that transition out, add a little shake or a swing, and click on the save button. So now I go back to the sales page, I click on refresh, and we've changed the headline from something like that, headline from scratch with Han. Once the page loads, it's going a little bit slow because we're on
Hangout.
a Hangout, but as you can see, it kind of loads up, has a little wobble. And yeah, that's basically how the plugin works.
That is cool. That is cool. That's so easy to use.
It's extremely easy.
Yeah, I think it's actually easier than the elements in the OP2 here. I use them before I get confused. He doesn't do animations like this doesn't either. So.
Yeah. I mean, the important thing is to remember with animations, you don't want to overdo it. You want to, they should be there just to kind of emphasize key areas. You don't want to animate absolutely everything.
Right.
I do on this sales page, but that's just to kind of show people what you can do with this type of software.
Right. Cool. All right. So does this like animate like a video element too by any chance?
Not at the moment.
Oh, I'm okay. All right. Just
Not
one.
at the moment, but we are developing this plugin a long time into the future. So
Okay.
there's going to be a lot coming to this plugin. It's not something which launches and disappears, because we're going to be releasing lots of new templates as soon as we come up with new page designs and stuff like that. They're all the stuff I'm going to design in the future is going to be using Call to Action Pro. If you want to get extra templates, then all the templates I create are going to go straight into it. So
Okay.
a lot of fast design templates coming to it in the future as well.
Cool. Awesome. So would you mind to come back to the cam now so I can ask you some specific question about the offer itself?
Yep. Okay.
There you go. There you're back. All right. Let me adjust here my end very quick, and then we'll be ready. All right. So as people watching this probably get very, very excited like I am right now. I mean, before this, you probably achieved the impossible, what I call there. I don't know how you did it. Called the Alex Magic here. So let's talk about the name of the product, time to launch, and who's going to be really beneficial for getting this.
Okay, so it's called Call to Action Pro, mainly due to the fact that it's extremely good with call to actions and is for professional use. It is extremely polished product. This is our first instance. We are launching on October the 9th.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first instance of the plugin, and it's only going to get better. We've got a lot of plans in the future to kind of extend the functionality of this plugin. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned earlier, can you do stuff with video? Can you animate video in? Could you maybe animate subscribe buttons in the future? Mm-hmm. It doesn't do that yet, but it is something we're strongly looking into. Now, we have already set up the plugin so you can put in your own HTML elements. Mm-hmm. So to an extent, it does work with some videos. The trouble is, because we wanted to make sure all our graphics are responsive, if you put in a video, you lose the responsive aspects of the plugin. So we've got a couple of workarounds to find before we can kind of fine-tune a way to make that work effectively for everyone.
Okay.
Who's it useful for? Now,
who's going to be really benefit for getting this, in other words?
It's got a massive range, because basically if you're creating a web page on the internet, it has a call to action. No matter what you say, if it's a blog, no matter what it is, it's there for a reason. So that reason could be to get subscribers, could be to get sales, could be to get more social interaction. If you want to create a call to action telling people to like your stuff on Facebook, that's a call to action. You want it to animate and you want to draw that attention. It's literally useful for everyone who is using WordPress and making any kind of website. Another thing which I didn't really touch on earlier is adverts. If you're using WordPress and you're creating adverts, a static advert in the corner of your web page is going to be ignored. But you can actually create an advert from scratch, put it in the corner of your web page, have it animate in, and I mean I've been running tests and they convert a lot better than static image in the corner of your site. So you can use this for advertising, you can use it for your blogs, your sales pages, any type of marketing, landing pages, JV pages, view pages. So basically, if you're using WordPress, even e-commerce sites, you will find a use for it. So I mean, anyone who's using WordPress is going to benefit from this plugin.
Okay, cool. So basically, anyone, whether you're affiliate marketers, whether you are a product creator, whether you are authority blogger, whether you are even video marketers, I think there's a way to using this. And I think you borrow a lot, since you are a video marketer yourself, you borrow a lot of elements from video marketing putting here as well. I can see a lot of this.
Yeah, I mean the typography was one of the things which is most important, and that's why we wanted to get Google Fonts to work with it, because that gives us a massive selection and massive flexibility over a lot of other plugins which only allow you to kind of, or themes which only allow you to use a couple of kind of fonts. You can't switch it up at all. So you're kind of stuck with a very generic headline.
Another thing you point out, I think it just kind of refresh people's memory as they're watching this, is at the very beginning you say something about you want to do this way so Google can rank your web page, and that's a very key point there. I want to kind of refresh them memory again, because yes, you can go out there, hire a super cool designer like Alex, design a image sales page for you. But it's better if you hire that exact same person does this kind of design for you, because for the sheer fact that Google understand, hey, what is this page about? But if you just put a long sales page image up on your website, the robot doesn't understand what the heck this thing is about. So I want to point that one out. That's what makes this a plugin kind of brilliant here as well. Not only it can achieve the same effect as responsive, but also make Google search engine friendly as well.
I tell you what, it's one of the ways that I can see if a marketer is creating kind of quality pages, is if you highlight the text when you go onto a sales page. Most of the high-end marketers are doing this. It's very rare that you see kind of someone just using images now, because it doesn't rank. You're never going to get it to rank.
Okay, cool. So let's talk about the front-end offer. What exactly are they getting inside the front end, and what is the starting out price? I know it's on dime sale. Just want to kind of throw the one out in there. And how many days are you gonna keep this thing open?
Okay, so it will be an evergreen offer, but we're putting a limited offer together, and we haven't actually decided on the date yet. We think it's either going to be 7 days or 10 days.
Okay.
So we're going to decide that, and we're going to kind of soon. In the front end, basically, we're starting off at $27 for a single site license, and that is on a dime sale going up to $37. Or you can get the multi-site license, so you can use it on as many websites as you want for $37. That is also on a dime sale up to $47. What that includes is the main plugin. You get access to the membership area where you get all the training videos, and it also, we're offering a free bonus for a limited time where you get a template pack which comes with the plugin. And this is going to have about 15 to 20 different graphics. They're going to be a generic selection of a little bit of everything. So you're going to get a couple of headlines, a couple of testimonial styles, a couple of buy buttons, a couple of adverts. So, and the nice looking feature boxes with the icons and stuff like that. So that's going to cater towards everyone, give everyone kind of a rough starting point of what they want to do. For the people who want to go a step further, we have the upsell.
Okay.
In the upsell, I think we are starting at 37. That's on the dime sale to $47. And that is going to be all future template packs. Now, in the future, these are going to be sold individually,
Okay.
but during the limited time offer, if you get in at the beginning, during this 7 days, you actually get all future template packs. Now, it could be in the future we decide to charge these for $30 each, $40 each. We haven't decided that yet, but they will be sold individually. But now you can actually get access to all the current ones and the future ones. So the upsell is, I think we're starting at $37 and going up to $47 for that first upsell. And there's one more upsell, and most of you might not need this one, and it's basically for a developer license. So this is if you're planning on making money using the plugin, so you can actually install it on your client's websites. We're starting that at $47. That's going up to $67.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, what will interest the majority of you is probably the front-end plugin and the first upsell if you're really serious about literally having all the kind of designs you could need, requesting new designs and stuff like that. So that's basically the funnel explained.
Okay. Cool. So basically, if someone want be lazy like me, but want all the future lifetime access to your new designing layer on, it's better to grab right now than later, right? Because later you're gonna, I don't know, maybe have monthly model or you just sell them individually. But if you get it now, they're gonna get locked in lifetime access to it. It's just one-time payment.
Yeah. So basically, we started a new brand called Pro Funnels, and it's all about creating funnels.
Oh, okay.
There's a couple of new plugins coming out in the future, which are nothing to do with the plugin we're working on at the moment. I mean, it's completely different, but they all work together perfectly.
Okay. Cool.
So it's something which is going to be very beneficial in the future.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. All right, so I think that's about all the questions I need to ask you here today, Alex. But I got one final question, since it's a very, very important one. Kind of want to put you on the hot seat a little bit here. Is, as people watching how cool this plugin is, I mean, it's going to work with the existing blog, whether they have OP2 or not, or some other well-designed blogging things. You will work with them now. You really can get attention wherever the attention needs to be. They want to buy this, they want to get this, but everyone has a little voice on the back of their head telling them not to take action. What I call the negative voice. We all have that. You have that. I have that. So my question to you, Alex, is what makes this plugin, in your opinion, so unique, and they should absolutely grab this during this launching period?
Well, there's nothing else like it on the market, unless you want to spend years learning Photoshop, or you want to spend years learning HTML and CSS, or you prefer outsourcing your entire process to someone else and spending a fortune in the process. There's nothing like it. This is the only thing. You can also import your own images. I forgot to mention that earlier. That just came to me. But there's nothing else like it on the market. You've got a drag and drop system. You don't have to spend years. You get all the training you need. You get a template, so you just customize them. You can change the colors, make it look exactly how you want. You've seen how simple and how easy it is to use. Everyone wants to get better conversions. If you have better conversions, you don't need as much traffic. You can make more money with the same amount of traffic instead of buying extra traffic. You get your conversions up as high as you can. Having effective call to actions, you'll make more money. So it's a no-brainer. You want to have stylish, a high perceived value for your brand by having a stylish web page. Call to Action Pro will do that for you. You'll see when we launch on the sales page, there'll be a nice video showing you all the main features. Yeah, so I guess that's it, really.
And I kind of want to jump in here. Said again, it's also a Google friendly.
Google friendly. Oh yeah.
Okay, that's very important, right? And it's mobile friendly as well. So to put those two.
And browser friendly.
And browser friendly, exactly.
Friendly. It's a very friendly plugin.
And people friendly as well. Let's just kind of keep it here. So anyway, Alex, thank you so much for spending your time to share this fantastic plugin. I think you're actually the pioneer of this technology here, and to share with us at such a very, very affordable price here. And before we go here, do you have a final words of wisdom you'd like to share?
Yeah, I guess if you want to achieve something, you have to put your heart into it. You have to enjoy what you're doing. One of my things that I love doing is creating stuff which inspires me. So, I mean, I've seen the type of stuff that I want to create, and I didn't have the technical skills to do it. This product, I hope, will help you be able to design things the way you can see it in your head, and actually help you put it onto a web page. And yeah, just go for what you want to get out of life and make it happen.
All right, so take an action.
That's a cheesy sentence for the day.
That sounds good. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching this awesome interview here, and special thanks for Alex here for sharing all kinds of cool tips and software with us and plugin with us specifically. Stay tuned, watch a very, very short Dumo/sales video so you know exactly how this thing is going to really, really save your time, save your money, and most importantly, Google friendly, mobile friendly, people friendly, and all that great stuff for you. And yeah, so Alex, on that note, thank you so much again, and I'm sure I'll be talking to you very, very soon.
Excellent. Thanks very much, Sam.
All right, cheers.
Catch you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Hi, my name's Alexander Sebastian, and welcome to Call to Action Pro. Now, if I had Call to Action Pro when I started, I would have saved years in learning hours and thousands in design cost. You can see it for yourself. The biggest brands in any industry always have stunning graphics, and if you're not competing, then you're lowering the value of your brand. Call to Action Pro is a unique product, and you won't find it anywhere else. It's a game changer for WordPress users that allows you to create calls to action for your websites that convert. You can do this in a few minutes with no previous knowledge or tricky software. You can create absolutely anything, from animated buy buttons to blog adverts and even social network links. In fact, all the elements on this page are designed using the Call to Action Pro plugin. It works with any WordPress theme, meaning it's a must-have for any WordPress user. Do you create sales pages but struggle to get the graphics you want with your current theme, or want to have the power to animate certain elements on your pages? Are you a blog owner? Do you want adverts that actually attract your users' attention? Or would you like to design a call to action after your blog post to get users to subscribe or follow you on social networks? Call to Action Pro will allow you to design anything you need for your website with a simple drag and drop interface. No complicated software, you can now design inside your WordPress dashboard with ease. As you scroll down this page, you will see that all the elements are created using Call to Action Pro. Not only is it a tool to design, but also to animate. Animation will draw your users' attention much like video, but we wanted to allow users to create kinetic style typography headlines for web pages. This style has been proven time and time again to grab hold of a user's attention, and now you can implement them into your web design. We've shown you how the plugin looks and works on this page, so let's jump inside the WordPress dashboard so you can see how easy this plugin is to use. First of all, designs created by Call to Action Pro work across all devices. They're fully responsive and work across all modern browsers with safe fallbacks for older versions. Now, as you land on the main page for CTA Pro, you'll see a list of any templates you have created or installed. If you scroll down further, you can enable Google fonts to use within your designs. You can also enable to use font awesome icons, and you can upload new template packs that we will create and make available to you. We wanted to get you on your feet as fast as possible, so we created a special bonus template pack for you when you purchase today. Now, this includes 20 templates that you can customize for your own use. So let's jump into the design interface so you can see why CTA Pro is an essential tool to add to your marketing toolkit. I'll start by showing you a pre-designed template. So let's take a look at the simple headline style. To see how simple CTA Pro is to use, let's move about a few of the headlines into different positions using the drag and drop interface. Now let's change the text for this demo's purpose. Now all controls for each element are just above the canvas area. We can easily change the colour and maybe slightly modify the border style and many more options. And just below the canvas area you can see a play button. This will let you see how it looks so far. So this is the animation timeline. Each element has its own timeline, so you can add effects at specific times. You can click and drag to change the time periods and then click an effect area to choose an effect. You can also add a secondary effect. Now these are great for buy buttons. This interface allows you to create pretty much anything. So let's have a look at another template. This time we're going to look at a sidebar advert. Everything is designed using the same interface, so it's very easy to learn. Creating adverts like this is much more effective than a simple image advert. Dynamic adverts actually draw your audience's focus to where you need it. We have a selection of different ways to make your animation start, like when a user scrolls down the page. But you don't have to use animations. We also have a selection of graphics that you can load into your design, and new graphics come with each template pack we release. If you click on Add New Decoration, you'll see a library of different elements from underlines and arrows to shapes and buy buttons. These make it extremely fast to design your own styles. And of course you can import all of your own images in a few simple clicks. Now I know you can already see the power of being able to create pages that convert your audience into subscribers, buyers, or even just raving fans, along with the benefits of raising your perceived value with professional design. CTA Pro will help you craft high converting pages that cannot be ignored. And remember, if you purchase today, we're giving you a professional quick start template pack with 20 pre-designed templates to get you up and running fast. For peace of mind, we have a no questions asked 30-day money back guarantee, so you can rest assured there is no risk on your part. But to make this deal even sweeter, we have a limited time offer. So if you purchase before the countdown at the bottom of this page hits 0, you can make big savings before we release it as an evergreen product. So scroll down the page, hit the buy button, and remember, there is no risk and everything to gain. I'll see you in the members area shortly.